Once upon a time there were 3 little pigs. They were brothers, and they decided it was time to go out into the world and build their own houses. Each little pig wanted to build a safe and cozy home. The first little pig was the youngest and liked to do things quickly. He thought, I want to finish fast so I can play. So he built his house out of straw. It took him just a few hours, and soon he was done. He clapped his hands and said, My straw house is all done now. I can go have fun. The second little pig was a little older and a bit more careful. He thought, I want my house to be stronger than straw. So he built his house out of sticks. The stick house took a bit longer to build than the straw house, but the second little pig still finished in a day. He looked at his house with pride and said, My stick house is done now. I can rest. The third little pig was the oldest and the wisest. He thought, I want my house to be very strong, so it will keep me safe. So he built his house out of bricks. Building with bricks was hard work, and it took a long time, but the third little pig kept going. After a few days, he finally finished. He looked at his brick house and said, My brick house is strong and safe. The next day, a big, bad wolf came along. He was hungry and saw the 3 little pigs' houses he went to. The first little pig's straw house, and knocked on the door. Little pig, let me come in, he said. The first little pig was scared and shouted, No, 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 not by the hair on my chinny chin. The wolf growled, Then I'll huff and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down. The wolf took a big breath and blew the straw house down with one mighty puff. The first little pig squealed and ran as fast as he could to his brother's stick house. The wolf followed him to the stick house and knocked on the door. Little pigs, let me come in, he called. The 2 little pigs were scared and shouted, No, 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 not by the hair on our chinny chins. The wolf growled, Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. The wolf took a big breath and blew the stick house down with 2 big puffs. The 2 little pigs squealed and ran to their oldest brother's brick house. The wolf chased after them and went to the brick house. He knocked on the door. Little pigs, let me come in, he yelled. The 3 little pigs shouted together, No, 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 not by the hair on our chinny chins. The wolf snarled, Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. The wolf took a huge breath and huffed and puffed with all his might. But no matter how hard he tried, he could not blow down the strong brick house. He tried again and again, but the brick house did not move. Finally, the wolf was out of breath. Seeing the wolf was tired, the 3 little pigs cheered. Hooray! Our brick house kept us safe. The big, bad wolf was so tired and embarrassed that he ran away and never bothered the 3 little pigs again. The 3 little pigs were very happy and thanked their oldest brother for building such a strong house. They learned a big lesson that day. Hard work and patience make a safe home. And from that day on, the 3 little pigs lived happily and safely in the strong brick house. The end.